Well, we're going to attempt this. Going to attempt it one more time. So if anybody's out there still watching, let me know that if the feed is coming through, because it didn't work just a little while ago, and I don't know if it's working right now either. Oh, good. Every all right. Let's be sure we're all working, right? Oh man, what a relief! Because I thought it was going to be a wash again this month. And so I'm very happy that it seems to be going through. So Sherry Wooblings being Mark Stevens, Joey Rouse. Oh my goodness, Brian Baker. Brian, I got stuff for you. Joey, Bag of Donuts, Sean, John Borgen. Oh, I can't pronounce your name. I know it's a Russian name. Jared, Jared, you said I'm here. Let's get this party started. Lynn, hello from Greece. Hey, Deborah, good morning, afternoon. Lee, hello. All right, look at that. Sean is gifted the next 5 beekeeper people that come on. Let's see. So James Knoll, uh, Red Dead and More, Merlin La India, Deborah Davidson, Vista, all received memberships. So you 5 lucky people, thanks to Sean or Joey Bag of Donuts, he just gave you a month's membership to my channel. So as new members of the channel, you all receive a couple extra perks. So for one, I'll actually announce your name on one of my videos. You get to watch the videos that I post every Friday early. So generally, I post those on Monday. The videos that I normally post for our members, for regular subscribers, is on Friday. But if you're a member, you get to see them on Monday. And then also, members also, I do special members only video. In other words, if you're a member, you get to see these members. So I do those about once a month. So those are the little perks. Tony Hutchings from Kentucky, Jurgen B. Malika from Germany, Randy Williams from Alabama. Wow, Debbie, it's actually hot over there, 76 degrees. Whew. Dennis Barney, good afternoon. Well, I'm so excited that the live went well this time, because last month. So what happened last month was the Abbey, since they have their own internet connection, they have all kind of sophisticated stuff, and they Marianne Kilm from Delaware, Kentucky Widow from Rainy, Kentucky, Aaron Tester, Mr. Ed, love your show. Thank you. So what happened last month, they installed new filters on the internet, and those filters were not allowing any live streaming going on. So after I talked with the IT guys, they got that straightened out. And so obviously it's working out. But I tried this a few minutes ago and it did not work. So whatever, it's working out. So thank you, Jesus. And I'll keep my fingers crossed anyway. Lynn from outside of Albany, New York. We are currently getting soaked here. Oh. Hey, Ray Schmidt from Idaho, not Iowa. Look, as a mailman, I ought to know that. As an ex mailman, I should know all the abbreviations, but I don't. Let's see, it's Idaho, not Iowa, like you said last time, or Indiana, Idaho. Maybe, hey, Ray, maybe I'll remember that. Maybe not, too. Lance Harsh from Denver, Colorado. Craig DeHunter in Mandeville. What? Oh my goodness, that's right down the street. Craig, so when are you going to come visit me here at the Abbey? That's Mandeville's 9 miles away. And at the marina. So is that the one on Jackson Street or the other end by the causeway? Teddy, New England. Good afternoon. Wild Bill, can we do better than 11 likes? Thank you, Wild Bill. All right, Craig, I'll be holding it to you. Love your stuff, even when I'm not right. Correct, Ray? Jackson, Aaron Tester. Wowee. Hey, Steve. 74448. So that's on the old side. So that's the Jackson Avenue marina down there, I suppose. So welcome to the Saturday live chat here in Studio B Productions at the home office at St. Joseph Abbey in St. Benedict, Louisiana. That's right. The home office of Studio B Productions. And I gotta say, my beautiful wife Mona, the thumbnail for this, in fact, all of my Saturday live are going to be that thumbnail. As is the quilt that is hanging in the honey house that Mona made for me, as well as that one right there that's got all the YouTube signatures on it. And then she's creating me another bee quilt for the wall here in the studio. So a lot has been going on in the last 2 months. Typically for beekeepers, February, March, and April, if you're a beekeeper in the South, those are your most busy times of the year because you're preparing for the hives, the buildup of the hives, and then that entails the swarming or preventing swarming, and then for honey production, and that's really what I have been working on. I've built 170 deep boxes. I've got I had all my bottom boards done, inner covers done, and actually today, and I'm going to be posting this video probably next Friday. We had Muscle Man Brian and Good Time Charlie. We were out here trying to get all the equipment that we built wax dipping them into the paraffin. Well, this time microcrystalline, and it was a learning curve for us today. We didn't get a whole lot of done, but we did learn a whole lot of stuff about it. So stay tuned for that video. You'll see all the ups and downs that we had with it. But it's in the end, it's going to be really a wonderful process. But that was what I was building up to. But also, I've been working growing the bees out in our yard, and I know Charlie and me too. We don't like to. Hey, Chelsea. uh, we don't like to have like 150 hives. That's really what we need, because for us to supply honey in the gift shop, I need about 400 gallons a year, and that way they'll have honey all through the air. Heidi Paulson from Denmark. She's on holiday in the U.S. Oh, you're very welcome, Heidi. So I hope you have a great holiday here in the States, and then when you get back home, or even when you're here, keep on watching my videos, because I always love when people watch my videos and tell me they enjoy watching them, because I spend a lot of time with the channel, making videos, editing videos, and then answering comments. So I always am happy to do it, and I love to hear when people are pleased with my efforts. So I've been just smoking busy with the bees, and they are really looking very good. Uh, I, I could say that we're basically finished our first um, major nectar flow. Our berries, blackberries, blueberries, privet, um, uh, ligustrum. There's a lot of stuff blooming still, but those are our major ones. And our most powerful nectar flow is just about um, ready to happen, which is our tallow. We've got tassels about an inch, 2 inches already on some of our trees. Edward Alsop, love your videos and just the way you always happy. Thanks for everything. Well, thank you, Edward. Thank you very much. 52 viewers, only 4 likes. That's all right. You don't have to hit the like button. That's fine. Just hang out. That's all that I really care about. And if you leave a comment so I can read it, and I'll try to read them as they're coming up. They do come up pretty fast. But I tell you, I've got as much as I've got going on with the bees. I've got a pile of stuff to go through uh, that needs to get covered before this month. I think I think even before I even get started on the labels, because of course I always want you all to send me your labels that will go on the wall at the honey house, which is where that quilt, the thumbnail for this video is. So there's a lot of discrepancy in the thumbs up, right? It doesn't matter. Don't worry about it. Hit the thumbs up if you want. Don't hit the thumbs up. That's fine. But just hang out. That's what I really want. So definitely, if you haven't sent me a label, I really do want your label. So Lynn says, sorry, Mr. Ed, listening and doing housework at the same time. Woman's work. Ugh. Well, I'm sure your husband, everybody in your family appreciates you doing that, Lynn. So you just keep right on doing it. So I wanna start this off with what I finally got in the mail. Now, Chris Kinzer is a beekeeper in Tennessee. I forget where you are in Tennessee, Chris. Sorry, but he's also a blacksmith, and a couple of years ago, I think a year or two ago, he sent the dirt rooster these tools, these handmade tools to help him remove comb from areas that are so tight. And so Randy had these tools, and he was saying, "Yeah, you ought to get one of these tools." I said, "Well, I don't know how to get them." So I finally got in touch with Chris and talked to him, and on beginning of March, he sent me Santos Lugo. Keep going, Mr. Ed. Looking forward to learning something new from you. That would be good too. I hope you do too. So in beginning of March, Chris sent me the tools. Well, I never got them until a week ago, and let me show you what these tools are. And let's see. Let's see if I get it all in. There you go. So this is the entire tool, and you'll notice on the end right there, it's like a sickle, and it's really sharp. And how this tool works, you see how narrow it is. You can slide that in between comb, and then you can turn it and pull it towards you or away from you, and it will cut the comb. So this tool enables you to get to the comb without fighting those first couple of pieces. Uh, just like on the video last week with Ralph and Good Time Charlie, where there was no room to work. Yet this tool would be able to get that whole operation started. And because you have the the shape of it is this way, it works pulling this way. But what if it's the other way? So he made me a right hand. Let's see if I can get it there. A right hand and a left hand. No, I can't do it. There you go. A right hand and a left one. So I can either pull it or go the other way with it. So, Chris, and thank you very, very much. And when Chris goes to the Nobby to sell these things, but they're so popular, they sell out really, really quick. So if you do want some of them tools, you can find him, but he's definitely going to be at Nobby this year. Thank you, Dennis. Let's see. How about we get some thumbs up for Wreck-It Ralph and Pretty Boy Charlie? Pretty Boy Charlie. We're gonna have to start calling him that, huh, Chelsea? Charlie likes to do that grooming. Keep going, Mr. Ed. Looking forward to learn something new. Lost Road. Hey, Mr. Ed, from Sweden, in the grace of God. Amen. Good enough backyard beekeeping. And where are you at? Philip Duncan. Hey, Phil, how are you this morning? Heather Lewis, all right, from Melbourne, Australia. Man, happy to have y'all with me. So that was the first thing I want to show you, what Chris had made for me. And then it's pretty nice. It's all hand done too. So he beats that with a hammer, heats it up, makes it nice. And look at that. It'll work. It'll work. I'm really anxious to use those things. Yeah, that because it's rate curved like that, it's going to work very well. Two-Face, long-time watcher, first-time live listener, hot dog, hailing from Virginia. Welcome to have you. Happy to have you, Two-Face. Mark Welcher, good morning from Alaska. What part of Alaska? What, Mark? Hey, Philip, how many supers you got going today? We're on Monday. Charlie and I are going to start putting our honey supers on. We're gonna shoot a video because I'm just anxious to see just how many bees are in our boxes. And like I said earlier, well, I didn't finish because we're over 200 hives right now, and man, it's just so much equipment when you're dealing with that. So it's going to be interesting to see how many honey supers we're going to be putting on. I got enough boxes for about 160 of them, maybe a little bit more. But 18, Phil, you're busy. Collector Riggs honeybees, first year beekeeper with 2 colonies, hot dog, and congratulations. Fairbanks, good, Mark, good. Dot House, honey, house honey. The tool can make the cutout so much easier. Where can I buy them? So, I should have had Chris's information. I'll tell you what, I'll put Chris's information in the description of this video right here. So after the live broadcast, I'll go back and edit that in there. So if you're interested in contacting Chris, you'll be able to do that. Because I did tell him I was going to talk about that. And I know there'll be some people interested in a tool like that. So I'll go back and put that information in there, Santos. In Sweden, we finally have spring. The bees are buzzing. Golly, it's always amazing to me how in different parts of the world the season is different. So, here we are. We're like middle of our honey season, and it's just starting over there. Jason Goodrich, cutout number 1 for the year, done here in Lakeside, California. Wow, happy Saturday, Mr. Ed. How did the cutout go for you, Jason? Had swarms move into a dead out plus a swarm trap. Woo! Out of equipment. Now that is a good thing for a beekeeper. I feel no more equipment. And actually, I ran into that this year. I was out of equipment. That's why I built so much stuff, because I knew I was down. Central Kentucky Bees. It's me, Jeff, from Central Kentucky Bees. Hey, Jeff. Hope all is well. Our flow just opened up, and now 10 days of rain. Isn't that terrible? That was for us last year. The rain really messed up our flows. swarming like crazy here. Our swarms, it's been very light for me this year. I've got 11, and I know Randy probably has at least 9 or 10 or 11 too. So that's. I mean, it's just not. There's just not a lot of swarms for us this year, and I kind of think it's because the bees have slowed down right now, and then they're going to start picking up within a week. It's gonna really blow out, which is why I want to get our honey supers onto our boxes, and it'll take me at least 3 days to go through all of our yards. I've got all of the ones here in the Abbey done already, but I've still got 9 other yards to go to. So 3 days I should be able to have all that caught up. But I got bee stuff, and then I've got to build run molding here in for the casket. So I got a lot a lot of stuff. Wow, an hour. Now, see, that's the kind of cutout Charlie likes. 1 hour. Two, Charlie's okay with, but one, he'd be ecstatic with that one. So the honey flow is just starting in Connecticut. Well, I'm telling you, I've got capped honey in the box. Of course, is in my second box since I don't have the honey supers on yet. But we early on we had a really strong nectar flow. It's kind of slowing down right now, but I know once this tallow starts coming in, we got a good solid 2 to 3 weeks of tallow, and that's gonna do all we need. Have a what? What is the price? What is a price for a swarm? So there's a difference between a swarm removal and a hive removal. Swarm removals generally the guys charge anywhere from $50 to $100 if it's just a swarm, where all they have to do is go vacuum up the bees and get them out. But once they've got comb in there, it's a different story. So it's just different, and prices vary from beekeeper to beekeeper. I'm pretty much on the low side because we don't. It's for the Abbey, so I give a pretty good break on that. I don't, and James, I don't know where you live, so I don't know if the price, if it's a swarm, just moved in, it really shouldn't be under, it should be under $100, in my opinion, but that's just me. Central Kentucky bees. Do you think there will be less feral swarming across the nation with all the bee losses this year? I, I don't know. I mean, I haven't heard a lot more about the losses. So whether nobody's talking about it anymore or if it's leveling out, I don't know. But I don't know. I really don't have an opinion of it because it's for us here in South Louisiana. I never saw it, and anybody I know, they haven't seen it either. Cindy Hull finally caught a live stream. Well, thank you for joining us. Chelsea, question: what does the honey flow coming in mean? So a honey flow is it's really it's a nectar flow. So that means that there's things blooming out in nature, and the bees are working those blooms, bringing in nectar. So that's what a nectar flow is. When the bees are active in the field, getting nectar, not just pollen, but nectar, and bringing it back into the hive. I actually don't charge to remove, just happy to get. When and I know what you're saying, Lynn, because for years I never charged anything to remove bees, but there comes a point when the um, the skill level that you possess, as well as just the cost that you incur to one go get the bees, bring them back, and then put them in a box. You're looking minimally, you're looking at $150 just for that. So, it's only fair to the person who's providing the service that they be compensated in some kind of way, especially if they have been doing it for a long time and they know what they're doing, they definitely should be compensated. Red Dead says, one of my friends saw a big swarm, but he lost it while following it. We didn't see where it landed. Yeah, they can move so fast. They really can. I've seen them fly. You hear them, and then you locate them, and then they're gone. It's really amazing how fast they are. Look at that horse tuna. Glad you dropped in. Yeah, I think $450 for a swarm is like outrageous, James. That's like uh, I don't. I think that's outrageous, and especially if it's just a swarm. That's too much. Randy Williams, do bees send out scouts while in the hive before they swarm, or only when they are hanging in a tree? You know, I I don't suspect that they send them out while they're still in the box. They, I, I think that while they're on the move, while they're resting, they've got scouts. But I think it's a little bit early for scout bees to go out while they're still in the hive and then come back and say, "Yeah, I think we found a place." But I could be wrong. I don't know. Yeah, that'd be fun to wear your bee suit, but you're not. You're going to regret wearing your bee suit when it starts getting really hot. Now that's a good question, Sean. How many swarms in Las Vegas are Africanized? And that may be another reason, um, that why that price is, because you know, it's another part of the country, and I am not familiar with costs of things there. Um, I kind of know what's going on down here, but even that's doubtful. So Heather says in Melbourne, Australia, it's autumn and 27 days of winter. Wildwood honeybees. Well, hello, Peter Zwicker from Nova Scotia. Hey, Peter, thanks for joining us. Short Pants Bee Farm. For you guys down south, my maple pollen was just last week. And ours, I started this year, ours, I had bees on the red maples. It was late this year. It was like December the 18th or 20th, something like that. So that's just how much difference areas are. And not a dandelion to be seen. Two-Face, according to beekeepers, democracy, the older field bees become scouts and scouts prior to swarming. Well, there it is. uh, but that's a good question. If pre-swarm send scout while they're still in the box, I don't really know the answer. Gunline bees, Tim, how are you? Or is that Hannah? Mr. Ed, do you see a lot of African-eyed bees your ways? Never. I've never seen them. Uh, we're kind of lucky. It's like they're staying west of the Mississippi. There have been a few documented cases of African-eyed bees in Louisiana, but very, very few. So no, we don't. See that, Tim? When you come on, everybody's got to tell you hello. Oh, you're both watching. All right. Have you ever gone out to removal to find out it wasn't bees? Well, so that for that very reason, I asked people to send me pictures because it's very common mistake to misidentify yellow jackets and honeybees, and that's why I asked them to send me a picture. And if they can send a hive picture or a nest picture, that definitely gives me confirmation. But yes, I've gone out and they were not honeybees. Justin, when you render the beeswax, I've seen you just dumping the water. Will the bees eat the water? They do, but the only reason they do is they're extracting any of the honey that's in the water. They every time I dump it out, you will see the bees on the water after I've dumped it out, because it isn't for the wax. It's for the honey that was in the wax that is now in the water. John Olson. So John is a brand new member, and he's also the son of Good Time Charlie. So John, have you talked Charlie or Patty into becoming members along with you? So, John had Charlie set John up with bees about 3 years ago, and I helped him do it. Um, he's off of Highway 1077, which is about probably about 5 miles from the Abbey, pretty close to here. And so he says he's so excited and can't wait to get back to his bees and fishing with Charlie. Charlie said, well, Charlie was here today, and he was saying that it really wasn't a good fish day today because the water is all messed up from all the wind. So he didn't mind coming out to the Abbey this morning. Did Wreck-It Ralph get the name before the movie came out? Actually, the movie had already been out because I can remember when Ralph got that name. He and I were doing a removal in Harahan, Louisiana. Hey, look at this. Phil from 33 Mile Bees. He is now gifting the next 5 people. So it's Gunline Bees, P Tiger 81, Troy Howell, Starfish, and Jack and Danette. Jack, you and Danette, that's the second time you all have gotten free memberships. So congratulations to all of you, and Tim and Hannah. I think that's the second or third time you guys have gotten membership. So congratulations to all of you. And Phil, thanks so much for letting those people become members to know so they can know for themselves the special deals, right? that you get while you're being a member. In truth, there are no really special deals for being a member. Being a subscriber or a viewer, you all receive just about the same amount of benefits. Like I said earlier, the only really thing that you get as a member is you get to watch the videos early, a few days early before everybody else. You get your name shouted out in the video, and I do make a video only for members only video. So it's not a lot of deals. So it's not a big deal, but I certainly do appreciate all the members. Now, that to be a member, it's $4.99 a month. So it's like you really gotta give up that cup of coffee once a month if you want to be a member on my channel. But it's not necessary, and I'm happy if you do it, but it is not necessary. I'm tickled pink for you just to watch the videos, become a subscriber, because that's free. And of course, hit the thumbs up for me. Look at that. No Life Beekeeper. I got to start talking about this. Look at that. Larry. Good news, Larry. The package has been sent. So, you be on your watch for the package. I think you're going to be extremely happy. Have you ever had to exterminate a mean hive? Now, I've yet to come across one that needs to. So no, that would just, it kills me. I know they got that guy, the guy that hunts the Africanized bees, and every one of them he kills. Killer Bee or something like that is his channel. And it's just me. I know they're Africanized bees and they're dangerous, but to me, there's still people like my buddy Tony Andrick from Everything BVAC. That guy, that's all he has is Africanized bees. And if that's all you got, they're still bees, but they definitely require different tactics to be able to handle them, because they are extremely, extremely aggressive. But we don't have that. Look at that. Phil, you're getting your thanks. I missed all the stuff that was I miss all the stuff that was before that, so I don't know how to get back to it. So Phil, thank you for gifting all those people, and I met Phil, 33 Mile Bees. You've been a member for what, about at least 2 years or 3 years, Phil, and I met you 2 years ago at Nabi. So I mean, Phil is a trained conductor. I think that's correct, or an engineer might be the right term. But then I got another member in Tulsa, Oklahoma, who's also a member, who's also a conductor. So it's two conductors that are members and also watchers of Mr. Ed. Last night was announced that you will be our speaker at Palm Beach Beekeeping. That is correct. In November, Mona and I are going to be going all the way out to West Palm Beach, and we're already looking forward to it. So, yep, we will be going out there. So make sure that when I get out there, Santos, that you look me up. I love much coffee. You can calm them down or replace them queen. That's that's what I've heard that as well, Sean. But I don't know. I can't watch that channel. Me either. Wow, that's a long time, Phil. So thank you very much for all that. That's a long time. That's got to be more than 2 years now. You know, it's a good story about the membership. What the Dirt Rooster and I, we had talked about starting this membership program 2 years ago, and neither one of us really wanted to do it. But you wouldn't believe, there's a lot of people that contact us wanting to do something to show their appreciation for us, and it's a very mild way of doing it. So we both created the membership program. However, Randy didn't start his up till several months after I did, and neither one of us really were very reluctant to do it, because it's just like this. It's like I feel like I'm begging, and I don't like that. So we were very reluctant to do it, but because the demand for us to allow people to help us is there, so we both of us agreed to it. So I started a little bit earlier than Randy, and Randy said, "Well, I'm gonna join I'll become a member of your channel." And I said, "No, do not become a member of my channel. I don't want you to be a member of my channel." And so sure enough, he did not become a member. And so then a couple months later, when he started his channel, he said, "All right, I don't want you to be a member of mine either." And I said, "Oh no, I won't be a member." So then I went, as soon as I finished saying, "Oh no," I joined his channel as a member. And he called me, "What are you doing? You're not supposed to do that." And so he retaliated, and then he became a member of my channel as well. Red Dad, I was told if you ever mean, you can just kill the queen and provide them with a good one in cage. After 3 days, you will be queen. And after the old bees die off, you are left with a good one. Sounds like it would work to me. Thankfully, I won't ever really have to find out. Mr. Ed, we wanted to drop by and say, hey, we headed to the Catfish House to eat a bite each if you have a blessed day. So when y'all guys, and I don't know where the Catfish House is, or what, you're going to hang out with Lee or something? So I don't know, but you're more than welcome. You and Hannah both are welcome to, I just got to know when you're coming, so I'll be here. Well, Horse Tuna, thanks for stopping by for a little while. Thank you very much. And let me know how your bee suit fits you. Anthony Mann, I think merch would be a great way to allow people to support you guys. Yeah, it is. That's one of the reasons Randy does that. I just don't have the time to put into that. Randy's wife Elizabeth really does handle all of the merchandise stuff. So that allows Randy to continue doing his bee stuff. But Elizabeth really does take care of that, and I'm just a one man show. And Mona's home sewing quilts, and she's not. I don't want her to do that anyway. She's having fun doing that stuff. So we're gonna leave the merch out. If there's some kind of way that it'll work out where I don't have to actually do anything, I might consider it. But because I know there's people out there that I'm asked that question: when are you going to get merchandise? But for right now, no. Loosedale, Mississippi. All right. Well, so Tim, when you all do, because I don't even know where I don't even know where Lucy Dale, Mississippi is. But when y'all do that, let me know. And man, I'd love for y'all to come out here and hang out for a while. Phil says Elizabeth is brains and Randy is the brawn. That's the truth. All right. So let me get on to serious stuff right here, which is labels. Now, in the I'm really I gotta say I got a lot of faults, people. I got a lot of faults, and it's easy, very easy for me to forget about things and then discover them later. And so this is a very good. Um, well, Tim, let me know when you all do that. This is a very good example of me forgetting things. So I went through I carry my little backpack with me. I carry my computer and all my stuff is in there. And I went through some of the pouches that I normally don't go through, and I found I found some stickers from people that had given to me while I was at Nobby, and I think this was last year. It may have been from the year before, but we have. Let me see. It's Hail Hives. These are his honey stickers right here. And like I said, these are old stickers. These are at least these are actually magnets. These are magnets. Cool. And then his two from Mission Believe. That's really a nice honey label right there. And this one as well from Old Glory Bees and Honey, West Paris. I don't know where ME is. I'm sorry. Maryland. I don't know. And here's their honey labels right there. So I know you all are gonna tell me where ME is from. That might be Maine, huh? I don't know. I don't know where that is. So these are old, but they're going to go on the wall. They're going to go on the wall. Now, let's see, it was in end of February. No, it's beginning of March. That's it, beginning of March, because I wasn't able to speak about this last month. Maine, Maine, maybe it is Maine. All right, thank y'all. I went out to Pueblo, Colorado, and did a little presentation. It was at the Be Curious 2025 event, and man, it was really nice, very nice. Now I've been to Colorado over the years. I've probably been out there half a dozen times, and I've been to Colorado Springs a number of times. We have close family people out there, so I've been out there several times. But they had a great lineup of speakers. So the first one was Don Hall, and what I loved about Don, he was a bee wrangler. This guy, he wrangled bees really, really good. And then after Don, of course, well, there you go, Mr. Ed. And look who spoke right after me, the man himself, Randy Oliver. And then we had this guy was awesome. Let me get her. Jim Muscusi. And I met Jim. He and I actually caught um, flights. He's from Missouri, St. Louis area, and he and I both came into Colorado Springs like within half an hour of each other. So we waited. I got to hang out with Jim for an hour waiting for our ride to come pick us up and drive us all around. And Jim is a great guy. And then the other, then Thomas Seeley, he did a little talk. And there you go. We're going to talk about this guy, Brian Zavada. And then we had one more, KT Thompson. She talked about honey and wax. So that was the event. And while I was there, the president of the club had announced that I'm going to be coming there, and for anybody that wanted to, they could bring labels and I would get them. So here are some of the labels that I received while I was up there. TK Honey from Golden, Colorado. Dry Bees Honey, raw honey from Pueblo, Colorado. Beautiful, beautiful label. Golly. Darby's Pure Honey, Colorado Wildflower. And that's Dan. And so Brian, the speaker, Brian Zapata, this is his honey label right there, Flower Street Farms. What a beautiful label. I always notice when Brian leaves a comment on a video or anytime, I don't know what it is about this label, but his wife Jennifer came up with this. It just catches my eye. It's just such a beautiful, beautiful design. And here you go. Here's another little version of it. Ooh, there you go. I love that queen bee with a crown on her. And he also, James, this is what I know you're going to appreciate this. Well, wait. Then also Bowley's Bee Heaven. And so he is now going to be the new president of the Pueblo, Colorado Bee Club. And that's his label right there. But so Jane, I got one more here. Meadow Lake Honey, Newitt, Colorado. And then Brian gave me a handful of these things of the No Life Beekeepers. So I'm supposed to give a bunch of these to Lee, but I'm going to keep a couple of them themselves. So for myself, because that is really nice. I like those things. But I'm still going to stick one or two of those up on the wall as well. And also, Brian also gave me a nice hat. See that, Dirt Rooster? That's a nice hat right there. Huh? Oh, yeah. So that was when I spoke in Colorado. Well, last week, was it last week? Yeah, no, Easter week. I got to go speak in Conroe, Texas, which is Mona's hometown, or Tomball, but she lived in Conroe. Conroe is where I met her, and got to speak at the Winding Creek Bee Supply House. And they have what they call a spit and whittle, and once a month they just get together and they just talk, and every once in a while they'll get beekeepers to come and make presentations. I know the Dirt Rooster world famous Mike Barry went in February. The Dirt Rooster went in March, and I went in April. So all of us have gone out there and spoken. And Yappy was out there with the Dirt Rooster when they did their grand opening. It was Yappy and the Dirt Rooster did the grand opening out there. So they really had them flocked in for that. And there was probably about, when I was there at Easter time, there was at least 80 people out in the crowd. Stan Gore, a beekeeper in Texas, he videoed it, and I'm pretty sure he posted that video of that little conference on his Facebook. So it's Stan Gore. I'll put his information in the description of this as well for those interested in that presentation. But it was a really great little time. They it's Jennifer and Kelly. They have that operation and that little business, and they run about 1,000 hives, but they also have bee supply, and so they sell honey, and it's a really nice little operation out there. And I had a great time, and thank y'all very much for inviting me and Mona out there. We had a super time. Plus, Mona got to see her kids and friends. It was just a wonderful time out there. So, oh, look at that! Not too much action on the comments. Steve O'Keefe, Mr. Ed, love all the videos. Steve in Florida. Thanks, Steve. Charlie and I, Ralph, we really do love making the videos and sharing the fun, because we really do. It's hard work, but we have a lot of fun making the videos, and I appreciate every one of you all that follow along with what the work that we do, the fun that we have. When you say interesting stuff, no time to type comments. Is that what it is? Well, look, I still got some other labels that we've got to go through before we yeah, that last removal was a beast of removal. It it the video really does not show the real difficulty of a removal like that, because in truth, you have only about this much room to work in, and you're pulling out pieces of comb that are 20 inches long. It's just very hard. It's just difficult, but yet we do it, and we have a lot of fun doing it. All right, so let's. I have all these things in the order that I received them. So this goes all the way back to February the 18th is when this one was dated, and this one goes all the way to April 8th. That's when that one was dated. So let's see what we got in here, because these are all be going on the wall. Let's see. I always waited till Saturday morning coffee to watch you, Mr. Great stuff. It's awesome that you have a set time to watch me. As long as you watch me, that's all that I really care about. And leaving a comment. I like reading comments, especially when you enjoyed watching it. Justine, for long-term storage of honey, is it better to be in glass or plastic? It's always going to be better in glass, because plastic, you can't heat plastic. It'll deform, whereas glass, you can heat it up and it won't leak stuff into the honey. So glass is always my preferred choice of if you do store it. In our parents' home, in an upper cabinet, there was a gallon container of unopened honey. Even if it is in plastic, you still can submerge that into hot water and get it to loosen up and pour it out. I just am always leery about putting plastic into heating plastic up, the leaching of any kind of off carbons or any that stuff that comes out of it. That's what my concern is. John from Massachusetts. I was just wondering if you have ever problem with bears. Man, that we don't have bears down here. We do have black bears, but not in the area we are. This far south. It's so rare to have a black bear come into contact. So no, we don't. Now, further up north, around, I know Shreveport has them, Monroe's got them, but we're 5 hours away from that. So no, we don't have any problems with bears. And I know a lot of northern beekeepers have issues with them, and most of them deal with them by electric fences. That's the common way of dealing with them. From the Netherlands, Lorenz, Tom TFT from Slovenia. Wow, glass. That's right. Yeah, heating it up is the only way to liquefy it again. That's the only way. And do not microwave it. Don't do that. Now, Sean's saying, I wonder where the government honey, like the government cheese, came from. I don't know. Maybe they had a contract with a big beekeeper. He said that was really good stuff. Brian Dietz, I kept my hives inside a shed to prevent bearding. The bees came in through a PVC entrance. You know, I always say bees do better when they're undercover, like in a shed or something. And they'll figure out a way to get out to the outside. So I know on my observation colony, I've got a tube that passes through a chain fence and goes to the outside, so they don't have to deal with that. So they will find a way. Robin Smith from England. Lynn says, "I bet the government honey really isn't honey." That'd be my guess too. A lot of what is that? Fructose, cornstarch. All right, so let's do a couple of more labels that people sent me. This is from Greg Johnston. I'm a hobby beekeeper with 9 colonies. All right. 2025 will be my 7th season. I enjoy watching your videos. I've included my business card and 2 labels for your walls. Thanks. Greg Johnston. And here are Greg's labels that will be soon on the wall of the honey house. I like that dripping honey. Well, not really dripping honey when I'm doing a cutout, but on the label, it looks really good. Thank you, Greg. Let's see. Next one is from Honey Grove, Pennsylvania. Honey Grove. And there's a couple of them. It says, hello, Jeff, Mr. Ed, sending some labels from the best honey making village ever, Honey Grove. My husband and I are entering our 3rd year of beekeeping and loving it. Truly enjoy your videos. Keep them coming. Looking forward to what the upcoming season has in store. As do I, because I'm nervous. God bless. Ralph and Tina Kent. And here are their labels. Honey Grove honey. Let's see, got to get that straight. Look at that. That's a swarm of bees. And they have another little label for the top, I suppose, because these are round. Very nice. Thank you all. Thank you all very much. All right. I don't want to get them all mixed up, so I kind of keep them all together. The next one, I can't read that. Ease Bees from Mandeville, Louisiana, which is right down the road. Jeff, good to talk with you the other day. Please put my sticker on your wall. Hope to be doing splits too. I'd be happy to help. Keep my father-in-law in your prayers. Bill. Okay. And here's Bill's label right there. Ease Bees. And I do have him on my prayer list. Thanks. All right. Let's see. This one doesn't have a name. But that's a big label. And another big label. Let's see. And the letter says, from Busy Bee, dear Mr. Ed, your YouTube postings are a favorite of mine, and I look forward to watching each of them. Thank you for making, thank you for adding our label stickers to your honey wall. It looks amazing. Keep smiling and thank Jesus. It's keep smiling and thanking Jesus. It's contagious. Your friends from the Omaha Bee Club, Christine McCready and Guy Ismail. And here are their labels. Look at that. Boy, that's a beautiful one. Beautiful bee. And Crispies. Very nice. Very nice. Next, from Tom Jenkins, Madison, MI. I think that's Missouri. Hey, Jared, do you ever get bees over on in your apiary yards? I'll be looking forward to your label, Woobling's Bees. Collected Rick's honeybees. I'll never sell. Stack silver, gold, and honey. I don't know what that is. Robin Smith. Hey, Chelsea. Black bears have been spotted around here. Up in, let's see. So that's only in Denham Springs. I never even heard of that. The last time a black bear was heard of around this part, I knew a guy when I was delivering mail back in the early 80s. He had actually killed one in about 1960 in his yard. So that was in Pride. That was in Mandeville, Louisiana. All right, so let's see what this next one is. I've got a letter. Hello, Mr. Red. Greetings from Michigan. MI is Michigan. Still freezing in here, and this is back in March. Can't wait for spring and warmer weather. I met you at Abbey 2024, although brief. You are a busy man. That would be awesome if everybody could just walk in my shoes just for one day, and you'll see just how true that statement is. Because, man, but I will say this, as busy as I am, every night when I go home, I have a big smile on my face. And when I go to sleep at night, I got a big smile on my face. And when I wake up in the morning, I have a big smile on my face because I know it's just the next day is going to be just as good as the one that was just before. But I'm just such a blessed guy. I really am. I've enclosed some honey labels for your honey house wall. My honey processing trailer is a work in progress. 8 foot by 28 foot. That's pretty good. Should be enough room. Thanks again, and I'm sure we will meet up again soon. Tom Jenkins, Michigan Honey. And here are his labels. That's a big one. 2 smaller ones. And then they also make lotion bars. Very good. So all that's going to go up on the wall, Tom. Thank y'all very much. All right, let me see some questions. Look at that Tar Heel beekeeper. My goodness. We got everybody coming watching Mr. Red this afternoon. Man, it's already been an hour. Oh my goodness. Wait. It's just water. It's just water, folks. Look, you see? Water. And this is from, see, now I don't have any trouble when it's typed. I can read that. When it's handwritten, I have trouble with that. From Charlie Herrick in Newport, Maine. Man, that is up north. Just a note to let you know how much I appreciate and enjoy your videos. Our climate is much different than yours, truly. Etienne Tardif, Ian Stepler, and Elba apiaries are more appropriate viewing for me, but no one but no one has more fun and entertains better than you and Good Time Charlie. Thank you so much. Greetings from my wife Joan to your wife. Joan is also a quilter. So I sure hope that Charlie that you're going to be able to show her the quilt, this quilt right here, and the thumbnail on the video, this video, and then the next one that she's going to be making me. I've been watching your videos for over 3 years. Thank you very much. And every time I hear someone say praise Jesus, I just automatically think they have found a queen bee. I would be honored if my little 10 hive apiary would have labels on your walls. Bless you all and keep up the good works. Yours truly, Charlie Hedrick. And yeah, Charlie, thank you for sending me your labels. Your very, very beautiful labels. And I know, or I can imagine, how difficult it must be to be a beekeeper in Maine. Oh my goodness. I'm glad I'm not that beekeeper. Beautiful honey labels. Very nice. Thank you. From Orangeburg, South Carolina. Hey, so I don't know how close, Jay Thompson, I don't know how close that is to Columbia, but in July 17th, 18th, and 19th, I'll be one of the keynote speakers at the Columbia, South Carolina State Conference in Columbia. So put that on your calendar. 17th, 18th, and 19th. Mr. Ed, Bob Binney, and who's the other keynote? Oh, escapes me right now. But I know me and Bob. Oh, it's a professor in South Carolina. I can't his name. I know it, but it escapes me. But we're the three keynotes on that. So 17th, 18th, and 19th of July, Columbia, South Carolina. Uh-oh, look who's here, folks. 628 Dirt Rooster Bees. Hey, Dirt Rooster, what are you doing today? You're not doing a cutout? Randy has been doing, y'all be proud of Randy. He has been doing a cutout every single day. The man is a beast. He is a beast. I'm not even getting phone calls. I wanted to, but it's not very much. And Randy's doing 4 or 5 a week. Goodness sake, that guy is smoking them. Scott Kaler from Pearl River. Wow, Scott, thank you very much. Totally Tuttle. Hello, Mr. Ed. John from Mayport, Florida. Actually, I remember that. Your beard is very distinguished, John. I love all your videos. I am a first-year beekeeper. I have learned so much from your videos. Thank you for the great content. God bless. Thanks, John. That's really nice of you to say that. I really do appreciate that. Hey, Randy, you hear all those good things that John said about me? You heard that, right? And I didn't even pay him, so that's just a viewer, Randy. Randy is a machine man. He is. Last week's cutout was a swarm trap. Yeah, that's right. Randy did a cutout. So while Randy was at the Abita Bee Club's meeting, they had a what do they call those things? A gathering at one of the beekeepers' house, and they were opening up hives and a field day. That's what it's called, a field day. And Randy went thinking that I was going to go, but I had that cutout, and it took way longer than I thought. But Randy showed how to do a cutout, but it was on a swarm trap that the bees had been in there so long. So he did a demonstration of doing a cutout on a swarm trap. So yeah, Randy, that was a pretty difficult one for Randy too. It was in a box, and he had to take frames out, cut a little comb. It was a really hard one. I heard he was exhausted after doing that removal. I'll also watch the Dirt Rooster too. Oh yeah, that's right. The other thing. So Randy did a cutout somewhere in Mississippi, and he did something terrible to his knee. may have torn his meniscus or something, but he's hobbling around on crutches and he's wearing an ice pack. He's in bad shape right now. But look, you think that's going to stop him from doing a cutout? No, he's still going to do it. Look, Rooster. Now they want you to go down to Florida too. Maybe you can come with me. Hey, Scott. So did Randy really do a good job, or are you just trying to be nice? Randy said it took him 5 ice cream sandwiches to get through the field day that day. And he said he did one today. All right, so look, I got a couple more labels to talk to before we close up for the day. We're getting down to the end of it. Look, only 3 more. Only 3 more. Randy, you ate that man's ice cream sandwich. Oh, this one doesn't even have a label, but oh my goodness. It is from Harmon and Son from Abilene, Texas. And here, look at that label. Harmon's Honey from my backyard bees. Clyde, Texas. Beautiful labels. Very nice. Very nice. And this one is from Fields of Natural Honey. Oh, Colorado Springs. I guess they missed giving it to me at the conference. So here is, oh, I got a note too. Jeff, awesome seeing your eyeballs to my eyeballs, soul to soul. Love what you say and do and your outlook on being a keeper of the bees. Shoot me a picture or a short video of how the labels look on your walls of frames. Must get a picture of us next time we meet. Long live the work we do and the honeybees. Lazarus, I can't read his last name. Let's see, it might be on here. No, and so here is his label. Beautiful label. That's nice. Colorado Springs. Our hives are 100% treatment free. Very nice. Very nice. And finally, from Judy and Chuck Laird from Mineral Ridge, Ohio. Oh, wait, see, I knew that was Ohio. And she says, hey, Jeff, my husband and I enjoy your YouTube videos and would be honored to see our honey label on your walls. Well, it's going up there. My husband met you and Randy at this year's North American Honeybee Expo in Kentucky. He was very impressed with the event, but mostly he did not like Randy. No, I just threw that in. That's not what she said. Fellow beekeepers, Chuck and Judy Laird from Mineral Ridge, Ohio. And here is their honey label. And it will be going up on the wall. So that concludes the oh wait, no, it doesn't. Those are all the labels. I do have something else. So look at this. This is so a little while earlier, Brian Baker from Baker's Bees, he made the comment that they did have bears up in Pride, Louisiana, near Denham. And so Brian sent me his label right there from Pride, Louisiana. But he also, you're going to love this. I love this. He sent me a personalized 3D Mr. Ed prison shank. Yeah, he made that on his 3D printer. Brian, that's awesome. Now, look, every week I'm going to get at least one comment about the prison shank. And, you know, this is what the Dirt Rooster has called this tool. And so that's what it will always be to me, a prison shank. Because like Randy says, it's just like, choo, 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 like that. So, but it's a tool that you place in between your brood boxes to help separate them, keep them separated as you try to separate the 2 brood boxes and they build all that bridge comb between the comb. These little notches will sit in between the boxes and give you space where you can put your hive tool between it and pop the bridge comb apart. I have been in conversation now with both John Hill from Hillco and Matt from Premier Bees to get these guys to start making these things so that you all can get them. Because generally, when I go places, I like to bring them with me, but I can't supply the world like everybody else can. So, in fact, when I went to Nabi this year, I made 200 of them, and I gave away almost all of them. And when I went to Conroe at Easter time, I made up 60 of them, and I didn't come back with any of them. So that I gave all of them away. So very, very popular tool, and people have asked for dimensions from, but it's difficult for me to actually get any kind of dimensions on that. But it's a great tool, and hopefully we'll be able to get these things on the market where people can get them. And these things should be a pretty inexpensive thing to manufacture, but a very, very useful tool. I like this one because it's only about a half an inch wide, maybe 5/8 of an inch. So it fits really, really well in your hand. And I like the point, Brian. You did a great job on this. Plus, of course, it's got Mr. Ed and not 628 Dirt Rooster. Thank you, Brian. And I got one more. Oh, yeah, Brian. So I'll get in touch with you about y'all coming and visit me here at the Abbey. I will get back with you on that. Eric Erickson, is that prison shank made out of soil foam or wood? It's 3D. It's whatever that plastic is. It's just the color of wood. But man, this one's nice. I'm gonna hang this one in the honey house. Now, but look, it's even got Baker's Bee on it. This is really nice, Brian. I really like that one. Well, Pauline, as far as I know, Randy, if you're still out there, I'm up to 11. How you've got to be close to that. You have to be 11 or 12. I know you're close to it, but anyway, we're neither one of us are knocking them out the ballpark this year with them. The swarms they just really aren't there. Now, Randy's gotten a lot of calls that he wasn't able to go to because he's doing too many cutouts, but he would normally be ahead of me, and he's at 10. So at the moment I'm one ahead of him. Randy, what are you doing? Still paying attention to this? I know you got things to be doing. I got one more thing, and so this was from Brian Baker, right? Well, this next one is from Bradley and Karen Baker, but they're from Mount Airy, North Carolina. They're not from Pride, Louisiana. And here's what they sent me. They sent me a little package right here. Oh, man, because I just remembered something else. So here's a little card, and it says, advice from a honeybee. Create a buzz. Sip life's sweet moments. Mind your own beeswax. Randy, you ought to pay attention to that one. Work together, Randy. Always find your way home. Stick close to your honey and be yourself. So here's the note that they wrote inside of it. Mr. Ed, hope all is well with you. We enjoy watching your YouTube show. Please find 2 labels that we use. Brad and Karen Baker from Baker's Bee. Look at that. Look at that picture of that bee on there. Nice. And then on the other side, it says, please also find some of our sourwood honey jar suckers we make honey, blueberry, and cinnamon. They are all pure honey with flavoring for berry and cinnamon. Enjoy and keep buzzing, the Bakers. Well, first, let me show you their labels. Very, very nice labels. Baker's Bees, Mount Airy, North Carolina. And then this is Andy and Opie. Well, because that must be in Mayberry, around where they live. Look at that. Aunt B is in there too. Andy, Aunt B, and Opie. Uh, and let's see. Here is the honey. They sent me the sourwood, which I love sourwood honey. I do. I think that may be my favorite. And the suckers, they sent me some suckers right here. Look at that. So thank you all for all the goodies that you all have sent, the labels, and for those who would be interested in sending me a label so that I can put it on the wall of the honey house, I will put that address in the description of this video as well. Let's see. Shady Oaks Apiary. I like it. I need to make prison shank. And Lynn says, hoping to split next weekend. Yeah, well, you're doing all those wifely duties, Lynn. So when you finish that, then you can get to your bee duties. So Sean, Joey Bag of Donuts says, my Mount Airy is where Andy Griffin was from. Oh, I knew there had to be a connection why they'd send the Andy Griffin thing to me. Cole Complu. Hey, Mr. Ed, my local suppliers are selling capping wax as the best for beauty products and candles at a higher price. Is regular comb wax good enough for making candles? Yes, it is. The capping wax is it is a little bit better in a sense. It's still wax, but I like it because it's not as dirty as brood wax. But brood wax makes beautiful candles. I've made plenty of candles out of the brood wax as well. So you can use any kind of wax for candles. Putting the bees ahead of my wifely duties. Yes. All right. So it's been an hour and 22. So we're gonna cut it off at an hour and a half. So we got 8 more minutes. Oh, good. I'm glad that answered your question. Oh, and thank you so much for your blessings. You know, one of the biggest benefits that I receive from my YouTube channel is all the blessings that you all send me. My goodness. I am truly a blessed man to have so many people offer their prayers and blessings from me. So thank every one of you all for that gift. Oh my goodness. Thank y'all. All right, come on. Randy, you got anything for me before I gotta get out of here? Or anybody else? I know there's a lot of stuff. And hopefully the problem with the going live thing here at the Abbey won't be a problem anymore. I know it was a problem earlier because I had to try it twice. So with any luck, we won't be coming across that trouble. So we still had a lot of people show up for this thing. Right now, there's 80 people watching. It says. Where do we send them to, Mr. Ed? So you can go to my channel. My channel has got how to contact me either through my email or here at the Abbey. It's all on my channel, so it's very easy to get in touch with me or send me something. It's just go to my channel, and that information is right there. Did you tell everyone about going to Hollywood? You're the one going to Hollywood, not me. Red Dead says almost at the end, 88 likes. Well, it may be more than that, Red. That's all that yours may be showing. Look at that, Brian. You missed it. I did all your stuff already, Brian. Look, wait, just to show you, Brian. Look, you see? There it is, right there. And I I even did the hat. So look, you're all there. And I credited Jennifer for her great artwork on all that stuff. So just let you know it was there. And I even said something good about you um, on your speaking job when you did it. Oh, and now you've got that big hard to do job with the Colorado State beekeepers, don't you? Some kind of, I don't know, some, you got some big position now, because I know you asked me to speak on one of your little talks. So I'm looking forward to doing that as well too, Brian. Eric Erickson, you are always bussing with a lot of bees. Like I said, everybody should spend about just one day in my feet, and you'll see just how much you can accomplish when you're retired. I'm going back to bed to get a couple more hours. Heather, thanks so much for waking up and joining in with the little fun that we had here. Thank you very much, and sweet dreams. Coming home from market, thank you so much. Yeah, you are always at the market. You, my goodness, you are a busy man, Brian. Totally Turtle says, I would like to see you, the Dirt Rooster, and Yappy do a YouTube live together. You hear that, Randy? He wants the Yappy Man to join us. It would be fun to watch and listen to y'all banter back and forth. Well, I can assure you, um, there would be a lot of bantering going on. All right, Lynn, thank you. And make sure you got the folds right in the right spot, and maybe even do a little pressing too. Santos, if you're ever out in Louisiana, get in touch. You're more than welcome to come. All right, folks, I think it's time to that we say goodbye. Since Randy doesn't want to say anything anymore. Oh, I just missed it. We're going to go ahead and sign off. So thanks for watching. Keep on watching, and I will be making more. And thank you all so much for spending a little time with us this afternoon. I had a great time, and I hope you all did too. So thanks for watching. Keep on watching. I'll be making more. God bless. Mr. Ed, I'm out of here until the next video. Bye now.